This is what I'm talking about last time. What the game is asking me. What time is it? Okay. Does anybody know that exactly? Like, of course not. No one, no one knows something. We both know each other. What? We both don't know each other. Uh, we are like strangers to each other. Sure, I have all game settings exactly to my needs. Um, yeah. Wait, what? So the game. So this guy. Uh, no. Okay, I don't know. This is what I do. This is my job, and now this job is over. Uh, there's can I can't do nothing except pressing X. Um, so there's no more information to um to to know about. I have all datas about me. Um, wait, wait. Okay, sorry. Uh, uh, what? Conformist? What the? Wait, UK. The fuck, bro? Concentrate. What the? Okay. Yeah. So there's no more information to know about, and 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 I don't know you exactly, and I don't know him too, and no one from us knows how, what time it is. Yo, you just asked me what time it is, okay? Some settings are some settings, well, some settings you cannot set. I don't know. But but honestly, the time is no function, like no mechanic in the game. Bro, it's yeah, 1 p.m. You happy now? It's 1 p.m. In the next game start, oh, the next game start you will not see me again, but that is okay. Games, games, you should, games should, you should games, you should play games alone. Uh, you're, my English is good, okay, just translating is not my thing. You're, you like it to be alone, right? Uh, yeah, that's the only thing what I've learned from you. Now it's the time to me to go. A setting, one setting we need to do is there's one setting though that we need to do, uh, but uh, but I need to prepare for this. This doesn't this doesn't apply to my application, but that is okay. maybe Maybe you see me again. If you search, if you're searching for me, or if you find me, see you later. But he just asked me what time it is, okay? And it's still the Stanley Parable 2 screen. Ni hao, okay. Show subtitles. Oh, subtitles. Yeah, I want it very large because I'm playing on a TV, so I need to more closer to me. So I don't know what this means. Okay, I can crouch, I can pause, exit, interact, and that's the only thing I can do. Begin a game. The end is never loading. Wait, what? The end is never the end. The end is never the end. The end is never the end. Okay. What? I hate Mondays. Me too. And the
All
balloons
his
are still there,
coworkers were
bro.
gone.
Are you serious?
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed
Oh,
a
bucket.
memo. Stanley picked up the bucket.
I love my bucket, bro. Yo, bucket, like, the bucket is the best companion you can have.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, at the crossroads. Whatever you do at the crossroads, don't turn left. But since Avery doesn't know what left or right is, he turns left. Oh, collectible. How we can find them? Bottom text. Okay. Oh, okay. Difficult findings. Source of I don't know. Oh, agenda. How can you tell you spotted one? What makes them float in the air? What took these? Who took these pictures? Them way. Five guys are how to find. Follow clues provided by the employee 416. We can do it. Red room. Ooh. Okay, red room. Thank you. Good luck. Okay. Maybe we are the collectibles. Shut the fuck up. Okay. Weird spinning figures. Ideas. What do they want? Or I don't know. Stock money? Should we meds? What? I can read that, bro. Would why 400 what? Why floating dreams? Training exercise? Magnets. Oh, okay, that's a good idea. He's onto something. How many are they? Okay. There's what are they? Please no. Can we sell them? Obviously, more dollars if sold together. Employee 421 building a bridge. Someone in a cargo room. Okay, okay. So one is in a cargo room. Do we need contracts for them? Potentially liability? What? I don't know. I don't understand these words. What the trust the completion. Oh, okay. Warehouse access plan. Produce I plank to follow oh, mission status. Inside of a sequel. Oh, okay, I think these are the ones I already collect. Gotta collect them all. 5 there be just take it. I don't know. Lol looks like lol looks like 27. Is this some kind of game? Is this some, yo, he knows too much. There must be a point to this. Yeah. A large room, lots of boxes, stairs. Something to do with stairs. Okay. Nearby a fireplace. A private but smelly place for an important person. I think I know one. The boss room. There will be a reward for finding them all. Maybe. Is it just me or are these ladders like moving when I look right and left? Like these are, I don't know. Lies. Stop kidding yourself. I want them so much. I want to go home. They're really cleaning off this wall. Ricardo, what? Who are you? BBB lol. I don't know. What's this? To do. What are these sounds? Broom closet.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear
Aura?
as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
No, bro, that's my
You can
bucket.
really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to
No,
go with the other
no, 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 no.
colorful
Go away, go away.
Stanley, don't give in. Don't hand. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Wait, what do you... Like, he wanted to say something, but I cut him off. Next time. Okay, what's down there, though? Oh, collectible. Okay. Wait,
Another
oh.
miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini Stans? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes,
N-
I think I like that.
No,
Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Okay, I guess, what's this? Okay, so... I think these, like these places where they described them, like one of them was stairs in the meeting room. Like it was here the stairs. There were stairs are.
But
What's
Stanley
this though?
just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Yeah,
He might
yeah.
be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley.
Yo.
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all.
Okay.
That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in
Yeah.
difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this.
No.
Who knows what sorts
No,
of
no, no,
bizarre
to the-
hallucinations Stanley might
no.
experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were
Oh, my
rotating,
bucket,
which
bro.
was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed.
Yo.
Without my bucket, I've gone
Wait,
truly mad.
I'm
Where is it?
taller.
I must find it.
What the
Far
hell?
off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be?
Now I'm
He rushed
tinier.
forward from room to room, passing by one
Buckets.
bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Buckets!
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
Bucket!
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way
Where
to
are you,
truly
bucket?
restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work.
Oh.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been
What?
prevented
I'm playing a video
if
game?
only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Yeah. Okay, you're the only one
Stanley
bucket.
clutched the bucket
You're the real
tightly to
bucket.
his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. Yeah, Avery doesn't know what left or right is, so he just chooses to. Oh yeah, this one is done. Stairs. Something to do with stairs. Okay, okay. So a large room, lots of boxes. Nearby a fireplace, a private place for important person. Okay, I think the last one is in the boss room.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
No!
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now.
Yeah, I'm
It's
out
a
of.
bucket. It belongs in a broom closet.
I'm-
That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I
Nah,
know
bro.
how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your
Yo,
companion
I'm
and
out of the
lifelong
broom
friend.
closet. Okay, you
can't
can
have it
chill
here.
out.
Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket?
No.
Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket
Yeah,
are
I
not
think
truly deep and lasting friends.
this is a
That your
glitch or
relationship
something.
is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I'd never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments.
No.
Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yeah, boss office. But okay, he didn't like as soon as I got out. I think I got out too soon because he should have said something when I got out with the bucket. Executive bathroom. Whoa! Oh. Oh wait, I need to press X. X.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley?
Stanleys.
What name better encapsulates
The first one.
intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. I don't know what that word is. That's a belly purse. Okay, but this bar is going hard. I've got the feeling money is for stealing. Dang. Okay, that is hard, bro. The boss. Okay, why is no one here? The boss should be a rapper. I don't know, singer.
Stepping into his manager's
Singer.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest hours, did the
okay.
bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos.
Standing on the table.
It would be with him, always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk.
Yo.
Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
What is the pin code, brother? Okay, that was wrong. Maybe it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless.
Maybe
since he
it's
could never
like
possibly know that the
6, 7,
combination was
and 6, 7.
2845.
Okay, maybe 69.
2845.
21. The OG, and then 6, 7 because 21 came first. Oh fuck. Maybe it's 4, 3, 1, 2. No, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in.
What?
And the door just opened all by itself.
Yo!
And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Hey, what a coincidence! Like, bro, but how should he know the passcode? Turkey? How should he like know the passcode? Like not. Oh,
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
it's not like some narrator, narrator is giving me the passcode. Like, someone speaking. Like, how? So like we're in a game or something, right? Wait, what am I talking to? Oh, the bucket, yeah. Right, I got the bucket.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
Is this
The
fun?
bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Yeah, because of my bucket. It feels like FNAF we are help wanted or something. I'm scared. Well, I can't go up again. No, but I'm playing
Stanley and the
seriously.
bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read,
A mind control facility. Button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television
Yo.
screens. What horrible secret
Wait,
did
that's
this
the
place
other
hold? Stanley and the
thing.
bucket both wondered to themselves.
Yeah, I was there before I recorded. Yeah. So, what now? Oh, cameras.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
Fired?
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears.
What is this?
As Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Where am I? Wait, that's 427, right? I know 427. It's mine. Right? Yeah. Okay, what is number 1? This one is fired, the last one. 601 inspired. Okay.
Was the bucket under the
Fired.
mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Whoa.
These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point,
Where am
he
I
could
going
trust
to?
no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
My
happy
control
or
status
sad or
offline?
content.
Hey!
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Let's take down the system. What do you say? Yeah. Huh? Oh, there's a button. What is this place? Like, is there something to do? There's another button. And then there's one, and I need to. Can I field of view my I want it brighter, cause it's so dark, like too dark. I can't go in there though. That's bad. What's this? Console disabled. Yeah, okay, I think we need to go in there. Alright. I thought this was a white button. Why is there a 5 though? What does this mean? Okay. Mind control idle awaiting inputs. What's this?
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Off or on? So we can get an honored ending or the high honor ending, low honor. Avery, he doesn't know what off or on stands for, and since he turned left, I think he's turning left again. So, what the fuck?
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie anyway, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
Are you serious?
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
I can jump on it.
Silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
No!
Even the
Why?
facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Is it restarting? Yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Can I go in there? Can I go in there?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, I wanna turn it on. Wait. What other ending? I can go up again in the boss room.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
No, bro.
I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Stanley, don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned
Turkey.
to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yeah, bro.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yeah. Okay, well, I need to do some push-ups. Oh. What the? Okay, okay. Thank you. I want to go up though.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Yo, Bucket, you want to say something? No? Why is this so loud? What's it there
Here we
before?
are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the... Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Okay, I think he's saying nothing. Wait. Turkey.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Are you serious?
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Fuck. Okay.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator. Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Yeah, right. But he doesn't say anything?
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart.
What the fuck?
He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over.
Did you just saw that?
He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive.
Was it there before?
Then the bucket would be able to see his
Why is it
joy
so
through
long?
the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Where the fuck am I?
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
The guy who went to Mars? Isn't it that building type guy who fixed the boat with duct tape? How we did it, the pyramids. World's healthiest human being. All tricks revealed. I just thought like number 3s and I don't know, word peace baby. I think that baby doesn't know it even exists. What the? Was that door right? Was it this door that opened just right now? Are we in Minecraft? Is this a Minecraft reference? What is this? The Stanley Parable Stanley, tonight live on stage. Okay. World's first sentient machine. A Q&A with the a Q&A with world's first sentient machine. Yo, doing great. I don't know. Conversation with Alexander the Great. I don't think you can talk with him right now, but yo, machine. How is it being a machine? Why are some freeze red?
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
Why is there 427? Oh, that's my number. Work employee number. Free. Free. All eyes on Stanley. Live on stage. Okay. What's this? Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from. Your co-workers. Oh, thank you. The Lord. I am that I am. The guy who went to. Okay.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years,
someone coughed.
The two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Supercell, where's the Supercell? What? Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
You're speedrunning. We're not speedrunning. I want to read it again. Maybe we are the collectibles. Shut the freak up. And what was down there was like nothing.
Upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yeah, Bucket, like, I just love Bucket, man. He helps me out, or it helps me out, I don't know. Bucket is just, he's just a bucket. Yo, walk.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Mind Control Mind Control Facility. Okay.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent
Yo,
death.
no. I'm going back.
But of course, Stanley and the bucket thought better of it and realized they simply had too much to live for. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall.
Thank you, Bucket.
Now, what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here.
That's
So
it?
they set up a little
Oh.
couch and relaxed.
Oh.
It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold perhaps. After some time had gone by,
Hey.
they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis.
Hey.
But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought
Like, I
of
don't
the
know, I
mind
just
control
felt
facility.
like it to go down
He'd
there.
never gotten to
Was
fully
pitch
explore
black,
what was
and I
up
like
there.
black.
Never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning.
What?
It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on.
Yeah, I
Two
can
of them
see.
waited for a very long time.
I can see. The end is never the end. The end is loading.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
What the f... Was this sound before? Like, was the sound... every time here? Or, huh?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
What is in there? Whoa! I can open it? Why is someone holding a gun in front of a panda? What did the panda do, bro? Panda, the animator. Okay, what is this? I can go up or down. I can. I wanna go up and suicide. Wait, is this the original? Is this where the sound came from? From this game? I like this song. Yeah, I love the song, bro. Bro, I hear this every time in a like YouTuber's intro. Yo, I will use this in the future. Frost, you should use this too, maybe. Why is it so loud though? Can I go infinite? Oh, okay. Is this the... wait, is this the only purpose? Like it can go... can it go infinite? The infinite elevator? And then when I press it again, it's just... Why is there a vacuum in there, bro? Okay, so when I press it again then... Maybe this is the back rooms.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotion. The bucket did not react, except perhaps a tiny glow of warmth. Subtle, yes, but an unmistakable spark from somewhere deep within.
What is this sound, bro?
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What
Bro, we
horrible
know,
secret did this
bro, we
place hold?
already played
Stanley
this,
and the
man.
bucket both wondered to themselves.
Just open the door.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped.
I can fall off
monitored
again,
like
bro.
guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears.
Open the
Stanley
door.
cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
Yeah.
What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Yo, I can.
These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it.
Yeah.
His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Jingle balls.
But here was the proof.
I don't understand
The
what this
heart of
button
the
means.
operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Okay, look, I think we need to press every button from 1 to 5 or 10 maybe or 6, I don't know. 6, 7, and like maybe we press 1, 2, 3, then like this is 4 and the door opens there. Then we can press this one, and I don't know. Maybe there's like the screen turns on or something, or this thing down there opens, and then we got another ending. But first we need to like press every button in order. I don't know. But yeah, turn it on. Wait.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Turn machine on.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Oh,
Birds.
silly birds.
Silly birds. The
Hey.
control buttons became active again.
Huh? I like this one more. Oh. Hey, silly
Stanley
birds.
flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along?
Oh, that's my favorite.
Stanley marveled
But
at the
why?
metal genius in his hands, the one
Penguin
who had pointed him
X2.
towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because
Flamingos.
they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all
Parrot
the
X2.
possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Is this a good ending? Good ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did
Oh,
it
what the
advance
fuck?
the story in any way.
Input received, huh? Input received. What? What does this mean? Input received. What do you mean? Oh, is this a balloon as a coworker? Holy bro. Bucket.
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I think maybe not now. I wanna eat lunch, cause I'm hungry. So, yeah. Next time I will go into the escape path. Then we'll see what we can do there. But yeah. Bye. I guess. Why do you say I guess every time? I don't know. Uh, so you can go now. Yeah. There will be nothing in the end. Like the like there's not such a thing like the a frame will pop off in the last second when the video ends, or I don't know. Like there's nothing to pause or something, or a Gmail or URL to Google. Yeah. No, there will not.
Stanley just stood there doing nothing at all.
Exactly.
He seems to think I have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything. This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
Okay, I didn't want this. I didn't want to say that, but okay. Yeah. So I see you in the next one. Like, please, just one time, and maybe, yeah. Like, why am I even asking? No one shall like watch this except Frost. That frosty person, or the therapist. Yeah. I'm just admiring this window. And every second I'm here, I just get more hungrier and hungrier because I'm hungry. Hungry? Huggy Wuggy?